Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, Andy here. It is very early in the morning. Imogen is still asleep, and so you're going to get very quiet ASMR Andy this morning. I did an interview recently with one of my past coaching clients, and one of the topics that we were going to talk about, but we didn't get enough time to, is how to stay optimistic and resilient in the face of back-to-back rejections. And you all know that I don't always use the word rejection the same way that all of you do. Rejection is a very strong, harsh word that comes with a lot of pain and suffering. I mean, think about the actual word itself. I was rejected. No, you weren't. The person just didn't want what you were offering. You were offering a conversation or a date or sex or a relationship or whatever it is, and the person just said no thank you. So it isn't a rejection, but I'm going to use the word rejection in this video or this podcast because I think it's something that you all, or a lot of you, struggle with. You struggle with the feelings of rejection, and that's what it is. It is a feeling rather than the other person actually rejected me. But let's start by saying it's a pretty normal thing to feel, especially if you're pretty new to dating or you have a lot of emotionality in it. I think it's worth acknowledging that we as human beings can be very emotional creatures, and we can get very frustrated, very hurt, very sad, very butthurt, all of this sort of stuff, and all of that is okay. But it's worth acknowledging that this process of dating or improving your dating and sex skills might bring a little bit of that emotionality up to the surface. And I want to just start by saying all of that's okay. It's okay to walk up to someone and they say no thank you, or they ignore you, or they respond to you for a little bit, but then they stop replying or whatever. It's okay if you feel some emotions with that. It's okay if you feel frustrated and hurt and you want to run away and you want to quit. All of that is part of this game or part of this process. And this is why most people quit. This is why the vast majority of people just settle with whoever they can get, even if that person isn't a great match for them. It's why most men don't step outside the house and hit on random strangers that they don't know. It's why most people don't take their dating profile seriously. They don't. If you go on a dating app for 5 minutes, you'll see a bunch of people, men and women, that are not even remotely taking it seriously, because if I take it seriously, then I might get rejected. That's, what people are thinking. And so most people don't try. Well, they try, but maybe only a little bit. They don't do what it would take to get the results that they want, because they're scared of rejection. And so again, I say all of this is okay. It's okay if you're scared too. And so the first thing that's going to help with your optimism and your resilience and your persistence is just by realizing that emotionality can be part of this game at the start. You might be a very emotional person. Eventually you won't be anymore. What I mean by that is you won't have these sort of negative emotions or the sadness or the frustration. If you do this long enough, you won't care when someone says no to you. After the 50th time someone said no to you, you kind of stop caring. And then you just focus on the gratitude and the happiness, and this is fun. I can't wait to talk to the next person. And hey, this person went on a date with me and we had sex. Isn't that amazing? Like, you focus more on the wins than the losses. And that's what I sort of want you all to focus on. That's how I am such an optimistic, resilient, enjoyer of the dating process and the, I guess, business process. Because business, like building my coaching business, it's exactly the same as dating. Like, it's all the same shit. It's all the numbers game. Some people say yes to you. Some people say no to you. It's all the same. But another thing that I do is I focus on just going out there and really playing the numbers game and focusing on those wins. And instead of sitting there saying, this person said no to me, I move on and talk to the next person and I find the next yes. You have unlimited retries. And rather than focusing on the people that say no or that stop talking to you or ignore you or hurt your feelings or whatever, focus on going out there and just trying again. There are infinite people on the planet for you to talk to. I know there's technically 9 billion people on the planet, but you're never going to talk to all of them. Like, you're just not. You don't have enough time in a human lifetime. And so essentially you have infinite options. Same thing in business. It can be very tempting to say, I'm in an oversaturated market, or where will I get the next client or customer or whatever? But there's infinite people for you to go up and offer your product or your service to. Or in dating, you are the product or the service that you're offering to people. And every person that says no is one step closer to the next yes. And so if you detach a little bit from the outcome and stop focusing on each individual outcome and look more like long term, or focus more on the process. Like, I'm just going to go and talk to the next person rather than, oh my God, this person said no. If you focus on the process and enjoying it, this is a hell of a lot easier. And so instead of saying, this was a loss, this person said no, I lost, I failed, it was a mistake, I should have done better. Yes, learn, yes, improve, yes, grow. But instead tell yourself or remind yourself, I didn't lose. This person just wasn't a good fit for me. We don't want the same thing. They're clearly not a good match for me because they said no. The person who's a good match for me will say yes. And so it's not even personal. It's just statistics. It's mathematics. Not everyone is going to like you. Not everyone is going to be into you. Not everyone is going to be wanting the same thing as you. And we can go through this dating process with that childlike attitude of, it's not fair. Why do people reject me? They should have said yes. Or we can become an adult and step into adulthood and say, you know what? Not everyone is going to say yes. And everyone that says no to me is building my mental toughness. They are helping me be more persistent. They are helping me be more stoic. They are actually contributing to my mental health and well-being if I will let them. If I will see this as an opportunity to practice some self-love, to practice some gratitude, to be there for myself and be like, it's okay that they said no, I'm going to go find the next yes. If I can use this person, like everyone that says no to me, as an opportunity to grow and learn and step into the adulthood, like I said, man, you start to see rejection as a good thing. That's why I say I don't use the word rejection. A lot of you call it rejection. Most people on the planet do. But it's a benefit to you. It's a gift that you have been given. Every person that says no to you, if you get hurt by that, then they have given you a gift because you can improve your mental toughness. And maybe they were sent to you to teach you. I'll say this in a clumsy way, a blunt way. Maybe you need to grow the fuck up. And again, that was a clumsy way of saying it. So maybe we can say it a little kinder than that. But if somebody says no to you and you get hurt by that and frustrated and sad and all of that, is that really how you want to go through life? Like, think about it. Stop for a second. Do you really want to spend the rest of your life having a fucking breakdown and throwing a tantrum like a child? And it's okay that you're emotional. It's all of that's okay. But don't you want to step into adulthood? Don't you want to have a smile on your face when someone says no to you? Don't you want to be an adult who can just say, oh, that's cool. Yeah, I hope you have a good life. Thanks for talking to me. And then move on and talk to the next person? Wouldn't that be a much more fun way of going through life? Like, imagine if you didn't have to feel all of the suffering and tension and frustration and sadness that you feel right now if someone says no to you. Imagine if you could just be neutral and feel nothing and be like, okay, cool, I'm going to go talk to the next person. Or imagine if you could get to the point where you're grateful for it. Like I said, this person is building your toughness. They are helping you with your stoicism. They are literally giving you a gift by saying no to you. They're also improving your humility. It might sound like a funny thing. A lot of people out there, maybe some of you listening, think that they're really humble, but really they're the exact opposite of humility. Like, think about it. If someone says no to you and you get really frustrated and hurt by that, why would that be? It's because you have an expectation or a story in your head that they shouldn't say no to me. They should talk to me. They should give me what I want. I deserve what I want. Wouldn't you call that egotistical? Isn't that kind of the opposite of humble and humility? And so a lot of people think that they're humble. They're like, yeah, I think I'm a piece of shit and that's humility. No, that's arrogance and narcissism to think that you're so special that you get to beat yourself up. And if someone doesn't want to be with you, you're going to beat yourself up even more because I deserve people to just say yes to me. No. It's kind of freeing to realize that you're not that special, that not everyone on the planet is going to want to sleep with you. Not everyone on the planet wants to sleep with me, Andy. That would be an absurd premise to expect. And I did used to expect that. That's why I say it's okay, that we're all sort of children trying to grow up and become adults. I used to get very butthurt if someone would say no to me. I would have a fucking breakdown. I'd be like, but we're great for each other. Why can't this person recognize that? Or why is she being such a bitch? And it's like, calm down, take a chill pill, and have a little bit of humility. Because secretly you want people to say no to you. I know a lot of you get frustrated by the word no, or people, quote, rejecting you. But imagine if everyone on the planet said yes to you. That would be fun for a little bit, maybe for a couple of months, maybe for a year, and then that would quickly become boring. There'd be no challenge in it. It would require no self-improvement or evolution or growing or learning or becoming better. If you could just walk up to literally anyone and they said yes to you, that wouldn't be fun. A lot of you wish for that, you hope for that, you wish that was the case, but it's like, be very careful what you wish for. You might just get it. And a world in which everyone says yes to you is kind of scary to think about. I mean, actually sit there and think about it. Wouldn't that mean that nobody on the planet has free will? If they all just say yes to you, what if she has a boyfriend? Does she still have to say yes to you in your perfect world? Do you really want a bunch of women to be cheating on their husbands and boyfriends? What would that mean if they sleep with you? Are they just going to say yes to the next guy that asks if they can sleep with her? And then she's going to cheat on you. So you secretly want women to be able to say no. You want them to have preferences. Them saying yes would mean nothing if there wasn't an option of saying no. It's just that, like a child, in the moment we throw a tantrum when someone says no to us, just like a child does. Literally. A child's like, can I have that? And mum's like, no, sweetheart, like, you can't have that random fucking thing that you saw in the supermarket that you don't actually give a shit about. It caught your eye and it had colorful packaging and now you've decided that you need it. No, sweetheart, you can't have that. And then the child just fucking starts kicking and screaming. 5 minutes later, the kid's going to forget about it. He doesn't really want that thing. He just, in the moment, his ego has decided that he does. And we're like that too, aren't we? Like, I can be like that too sometimes. I'm learning to let go of that. I'm learning to slowly become an adult, but I throw tantrums sometimes. We all do. We don't get what we want in the moment. This person says no to us and we're like, it's not fair. Like, I'm sick of hearing the word no. Again, the word no can be a beautiful gift. And if you feel like all you've ever heard is the word no, isn't that time for some self-reflection? Like, if a lot of people are saying no to you and not sleeping with you or not dating you, then improve the product. Like, you can kind of think of this like basic business or marketing. You are the product. Like, you are offering yourself to other people. And if a lot of people are saying no, or maybe no one has ever said yes to you in a dating context, doesn't that tell you that your product is kind of shitty? And there's a nicer way of saying that, but yeah, if I go outside and I have some product and I'm offering it to everyone, and literally everyone says no, and I've asked hundreds of people at this point, my very next thought is like, okay, what do I have to do to add a little bit of value to this product so that people want to buy it? Do I need to like give more? Do I need to improve the marketing of it? Do I need to make it look better? Do I need to have something deeper within it? Do I need to tell a better story when I talk about it? Like, what do I need to do? And all of that applies to dating. Like, you are the product and you market yourself with the stories that you tell about yourself, with your self-improvement and your appearance, with your self-love, with having more to offer the other person, with giving the other person an experience. Like, it's often been said by companies like Apple, Steve Jobs and stuff like that, that people don't buy products, they buy an experience, or they're buying a product for what they think it will make them feel. And yeah, really just feeling. And so dating is the same thing. Like, people aren't just sleeping with you because you're good looking or because you're nice or something like that. They're doing it because they believe that will get them something, some sort of experience or a feeling, or they'll enjoy it, which is just a feeling. They're hoping for an experience or a feeling. And so that's something you can offer people. You can add value to their life. You can give them a great experience. What might that look like? Well, you could practice your sexual skills and have all of that to offer them. That's basically what I offer and what Emmy and I offer when we sleep with girls together. You're going to come and have a threesome with us. We're going to teach you some BDSM. You can explore your kinks in a non-judgmental, safe, loving environment. We're going to be super nice to you. You get to meet two people that have a YouTube channel and talk openly and freely about BDSM and kink on that YouTube channel. So you can watch some of our videos before you meet, and lots of women do watch our videos before they meet us. And that'll give you a bit of a feel of the experience that you might have. We're also super motivating and we encourage people, and we're very ambitious and we help people with their own goals, and I kind of mentor people. I'm also really, really nice to people and I give them a lot of love and a lot of encouragement and all of that. Like, these are just some of the things, but if you start thinking in terms of like, what do I have to offer the other person, rather than just, I want what I want. They should give me sex or a relationship for nothing in return. If you start thinking about the value proposition that you're offering people, you'll get way better results and you'll feel a lot more confident in what you're doing as well. Like a lot of you have maybe low self esteem, I guess you could call it, because you kind of know intuitively or you believe intuitively that you don't really have a lot to offer other people. And not that you couldn't have anything to offer, but like you haven't even sat down and thought, how do I offer something to other people? How do I give people a good experience? Like you're too busy focused on me, and give me what I want, that it hasn't ever occurred to you that why the fuck would someone sleep with you if all you're thinking is, I want to get what I want? Well, what's in it for them? They have plenty of options. Why would they fuck you? And so start thinking about what you might have to offer other people. I mention this all the time in my podcasts and YouTube videos. Write a list of 50 things about yourself that are likable. In other words, 50 things that you might have to offer other people. And you can put anything on there as long as it's something that might potentially add to someone else's life. Like you might be a really genuinely kind, compassionate person. Well, that's something huge that you have to offer. You might be kind of funny. Well, that's something to offer. You might make people laugh and smile. You might be really, really, really good at listening to people. That's something to offer. You might be ridiculously handsome. That's something to offer. You might just have chill, cool, calm vibes. And so you're kind of enjoyable just to be around. That's something. You might have really interesting taste in music and you can show people your music library and open their mind to the possibilities of music. That's something. Like write down 50 things, and it's okay if this takes you a little while, but start thinking about the value proposition that you have to offer other people. And then you don't see it as a rejection of you personally anymore. You're just like, no, they weren't interested in the 50 things that I had to offer, or they didn't give me enough of a chance to explain to them what I have to offer, which, that happens sometimes. Sometimes people just kind of ignore you. And you might be sitting there going, I have so much to offer, but you didn't even give me a chance. It's like, yeah, cool. She didn't. Move on. Like, go talk to the next person. And so you build basically self-esteem or self-confidence or self-love or whatever you want to call it when you start to recognize your inherent gifts that you have to offer the world, your inherent lovability, the things that you can give to other people. And each person that says no to you, it makes you stronger. It really, really, really does. It's feedback. You can learn, you can adjust, you can grow, you can adapt, you can improve yourself. Like every person that says no, instead of getting hurt by that, and again, it's okay to have feelings. I'm not saying don't be hurt, but instead of focusing on the hurt, instead of sitting there and then starting to feel sorry for yourself, feeling sorry for yourself doesn't do jack shit. It just reinforces that you're the victim. That's what happens when we feel sorry for ourselves. When we act like a child, we teach ourselves, I'm the victim. It's not fair. I have no choice. I have no agency. There's nothing I can do. The other person didn't give me what I want, so I can't have it. Yes, you can. Focus on the action that you can take. Learn and grow and adapt from each person that says no. Go out there and talk to more people. Improve yourself. Throw yourself into self-improvement. Work on the self-love. Work on writing 50 things about yourself that are likable. Go out there and practice your conversation skills. Work on building an awesome life rather than relying on someone else to fill that hole or that void in your soul. Like go out there and have a bunch of hobbies. Go out there and make a bunch of friends. Go out there and do a bunch of cool shit, right? And then someone else will add to that life of yours that's already pretty cool. And slowly over time, you'll build some confidence, you'll build some self-love, especially if you go and talk to a lot of people that you're interested in, like go and play the numbers game, go and hit on a lot of people. You'll find that the more people you talk to, the more confident you start to become. Like a lot of you think that being confident is about getting everyone to say yes to you. No, confidence and self-love and resilience is about being okay when someone says no. Like hearing the word no and feeling exactly the same way that you feel when someone says yes, which is excited, happy, grateful, joyful, full of love and energy. Imagine if you were energized every time someone said no to you. And that's possible. I mean, that's the point of my Play to Win video course. You can check that out. There's a link in the description of every podcast and video that I do. But check that out and you'll see the entire point of the course is like, how can I see everything that happens as good? If someone says no to me, how can I see that as a beautiful thing? How can I use the word no to add to my life? How can I be better off because someone says no. And that takes a little bit of practice. You might not get it straight away. That's the point of the Play to Win video course. It's the point of my coaching. It's the point of all my free content here, is to get all of you to realize that life isn't this big fucking painful suffering experience. Life isn't out to get you. Other people aren't out to fuck you over. And when someone says no to you, that's life or the other person handing you a beautiful fucking gift. They're giving you a present. You're just too busy looking that gift horse in the mouth and saying, fuck you, why'd you say no to me? Because they were trying to teach you to man the fuck up or woman the fuck up or grow the fuck up and step into adulthood. Again, to really drill it into you, not everyone is going to want what you want. Not everyone is going to say yes to you. The sooner you realize that and embrace that and stop fighting it, the easier this process gets. And you can have so much gratitude for the fact that you get to do this. Like literally in your head, say, how beautiful is it? How grateful am I? Or how grateful can I be that I get to even try, that I even have this opportunity to hit on people that I like or go on dating apps or go to meetups or make friends or whatever it might be that you're working on. How cool is it that I even have the opportunity to improve? Because that didn't have to be the case. Maybe there's some alternate universe out there where self-improvement isn't a thing. Or if you go back 500 years, there weren't free fucking videos on how to improve your attitude, your mindset. We didn't know basic psychology. People were victims. They genuinely were victims of the fact they didn't know any better. I guess you wouldn't call them a victim, but kind of the word victim fits here, doesn't it? If they never knew that it was within their power to improve themselves, if they never knew that they were allowed to work with their mind instead of fighting against it, if they never knew that they had the opportunity to go out there and hit on infinite women and they didn't have dating apps or the internet or free coaches like me, putting out free content, they didn't have any of that shit. You had to pay for books. I mean, good luck if you're poor, like some poor farmer 500 years ago. Good luck finding a library or something to improve your skills like this. No, and those books didn't even exist. Now we have it on the internet for free. Homeless people have access to the internet and self-improvement content. How insane is that? Like the people in society that we would say are at the lowest point, and that's not a judgment, like I mean the lowest socioeconomic point, like a homeless person, someone with severe mental issues and homeless and all of that, they still have access to the world's information for free. That is more than like kings and queens had, a couple of thousand years ago. The richest people on the planet did not have access back then to even 0.0001% of the information that we all take for granted. And it's okay that we take it for granted. That's part of how the human brain works, right? It takes a lot of things for granted. You don't have to judge that or feel ashamed or guilty about that. But man, like we can have a little bit of gratitude for the fact that we even can improve, the fact that you're even listening to this right now, that we can step outside the house and walk up to a random stranger and be like, hi, I find you cute. Can I talk to you? And you won't get like arrested or attacked or she throws a drink in your face or something. Isn't it beautiful that we live in this country, whatever country you might be in right now? And we have these opportunities to go and talk to people that we're interested in, to make friends, to learn, to grow, to build businesses. I mean, for fuck's sakes, I am literally sitting here in my apartment talking into a microphone and I get paid for this. If you told this to people like 100 years ago, they'd be like, oh, do you mean like the radio? And you're like, no, like I don't need any skills or training or qualifications or anything like that. I'm just some dude who talks into a microphone. And they're like, but where do you broadcast that? And you're like, oh, you just put it on this like free, like someone else lets you have it on there for free. I get to put it on YouTube and Spotify and Apple and all of those places for free. And they're like, wait, what? You're getting paid to use someone else's platform and you just talk into a microphone and you don't have to go to a radio studio or something. You just do it at home in your pajamas. I'm not wearing pajamas right now, but I could be. You get to just potentially sit at home in your pajamas and make money. And you're like, yeah, okay, what the fuck? What do you do? Like what are you trying to help people with? Just anything really, just whatever they want help with. Often sex and dating, but mindset and business and whatever the fuck they want help with. What the fuck? Do you have any formal qualifications for this? No, nah, you don't need those. Come on, guys and girls. We live in this like amazing time to be alive. And then we go out there, go outside, and someone says no to us and we get butt hurt. a little perspective. Like, we're all living in complete and utter opulence, which is such a beautiful word. I love that word, opulence. Basically just means riches. And again, we all live like kings and queens. If you were to go back 1,000 years, people would have said we were the richest people on the planet. We literally live like kings and queens. And there's an opportunity here for us to grow up and become an adult king or queen instead of the child tantrum throwing, innocent, sweet little naive boy or girl that we often are, right? And again, I don't say any of this to judge any of us. I throw tantrums too sometimes when I don't get what I want. But let's have a little gratitude and perspective and appreciate the fact that we get to play this game. And let's wrap ourselves up in that beautiful abundance mindset. We have an abundance of options, an abundance of opportunities. A lot of people think that abundance mindset or abundance mentality means I have to have like 10 people that I'm sleeping with and then I'll have abundance. No, you have an abundance of options, an abundance of opportunities. You have an abundance of riches and wealth and information available at your fingertips that 500 years ago people couldn't have even dreamed of. Even fucking 100 years ago, 50 years ago, people couldn't really have envisioned all the shit we take for granted right now. And so we have unlimited abundance always in every moment. We're just too blind to see it. We're so busy saying, I need to stick my penis in 20 women and then I will have abundance. You have abundance right now, motherfucker. What makes you think you're going to appreciate the abundance if you sleep with 20 women? If you don't appreciate the abundance you have right now, how on earth are you ever going to appreciate the 20 women that you fuck? You'll just say it's not enough. You'll say, well, I have to have threesomes. Well, they have to be hotter. Well, I need to have more. Now I need a girlfriend. Now I need a wife. Now I need a better job. Now I need more, more, more. And that's what the brain is tempted to do. That's what most people do. It's called moving the goalposts. You get the thing that you said would make you happy, and then you're like, this isn't enough. I need more. It's basic human greed, and that's not a bad thing. I'm not judging it. It's because of that beautiful human greed that we've been able to build everything in society that we've ever built. But it doesn't necessarily lead to happiness. And a lot of you're here to be happy. Yeah, you might be here to have some sex and build your skills and build a business and make some money and all of that. But why do you want to do those things? Because you hope that they will make you happy. And so why not be happy while you do those things? Why not realize that right now you are in complete and utter abundance and opulence, and you have so many opportunities. You can walk outside and hit on infinite women. And yet some of you, and it's okay that you do this, but some of you cry and say, it's not fair. Why is it like this? Why do women say no to me? I'm never going to get laid. It's too late for me. I'm too old. I'm too short. I'm too this. It's like, motherfucker, you can walk outside and talk to infinite women, and you're too busy saying that you don't have anything. You have way more in terms of opportunities than people had in all of human history. You've been given the gifts of the world, the keys to the kingdom. And you're too busy locking yourself in your own prison cell and saying, this isn't fair. Everyone else put me in this prison cell. No, you did. And it's not even locked. You could walk out of that cell at any point in time. The key is in your pocket. It's right there in your pocket. Reach into your pocket. Oh, there's the keys. I can free myself. I don't even need some Andy dude to free me. I don't need some expert or some guru. I can free myself if I will just let myself go out there and try. Go out there and talk to a couple of people. Go on the dating app and just try taking some better pictures. It's all available, all the information of how to do this. It's on my website, killyourinnerloser.com. There's a Tinder guide at the top. Click that. There you go. If you want to improve your mindset, pay $1 for my Play to Win video course. There you go. It's all there. You can improve that mindset. Or read any of the billions of free fucking books that teach you how to improve your mindset. Go study Buddhism for 6 months and you'll have a beautiful mindset. Again, we have such an abundance of free available information or heavily discounted information. My Play to Win video course, pay $1 for that. For fuck's sakes, a homeless person can buy my Play to Win video course if they want to. There's a bunch of free shit on the internet. We have all of these beautiful opportunities. We have all of this information available at our fingertips. And more to the point, we have these opportunities. They're right there. And so go out there and get the next no. Go out there and look for the next yes. No, yes, they're both equally valuable to you. It's just that you've labeled one as bad, as awful, as something to be avoided, and you don't realize the good that is in it. You know, in the Play to Win video course, there's a chapter called Everything That Happens to Me is Good. And I talk about how there's a silver lining in everything that happens. You know, things aren't happening to us, things are happening for us. As in, things aren't happening to us like we're the victim and is not fair. No, things are being given to us. And what some people see as a rejection or painful or suffering, yes, it might come with some emotions that you feel at the start, but I promise you'll eventually learn to feel excited emotions. But what most people see as a bad thing, you, with some reframing and some stoicism and that play to win attitude, can see as a beautiful thing. And then you go out there with a smile on your face, and now you're thinking about giving. You're like, how can I give women or men a good experience? How can I give people a smile? Whether that's on a date or on the dating app or when I first approach them, whatever. How do I put something in their pocket? How do I put a little smile on their face? How do I give them something? How do I make their day just a little bit better? And when you go out with that mindset of like, I want to help the world smile one person at a time, or I want to share my sexually abundant, beautiful self with other people, I want to give people a good fuck. Literally, even if you just go out there like that, like, man, I just want to fuck the shit out of someone. And afterwards, they're just going to lay there with me and be like, wow, thank you for fucking me like that. Even if that's all you're trying to give, that is something so incredible. Do you know how many people have never been fucked right and would just love for you to give them a good dicking down or a good, what's the female equivalent? A good pussying down. Do you know how many guys would just love a good dick suck? You know, or how many girls would just love to be fucking pleasured for hours or rammed like a fucking just like all the guys that she reads in her romance novels, just treated right, you know what I mean? Do you know how many people want that? And so if you went out there thinking, all right, I have something beautiful that I want to offer people. If you're a guy, you know, I want to offer these women the same experiences they have in their romance novels. By the way, grab like 3 romance novels, read them, and you will get pretty fucking decent at foreplay. You'll obviously have to practice it. Reading isn't enough, but go read like 3 female romance novels. Just buy like the cheap, crappy kind of ones. You can buy them on eBay. You can buy them on Amazon and on Kindle for like 50 cents, or they're in any bookstore. Go to a library, whatever. Just buy a couple of female romance novels, read it, and you'll be like, oh shit, this is what women want. Yeah, no shit. That's why they buy those books. They don't hide it. They make it pretty obvious what they want. They want a bit of build up. They want a bit of foreplay. They want, you know, to long for each other. They want to be teased. They want the dominant man most of the time. Like, that's what they want. Most women want sort of the same experience. And so go out there and think, I'm going to offer them this beautiful experience that they've probably read 50 times or 100 times or 1,000 times in all of their books and movies and gossip magazines and all that shit. I'm going to give them that. What a beautiful fucking service you would be giving to humanity. You know, you go out there, you're like Mother Teresa on these streets just trying to give a good dicking, you know what I mean? And you women out there, I mean, guys don't make it fucking subtle with what they want. I want a woman to be really sweet to me and have my back and maybe cook for me a little bit from time to time and just be affectionate and just make it obvious that she likes me. I just want her to be nice to me and tell me that I'm handsome. Like, it doesn't take much to impress a man. And by the way, it doesn't take much to impress a woman. Like, it really doesn't. And people are not subtle, and yet people will go out, you know, in the world and be like, I don't know what women want. I don't know what men want. It's like, what do you, it's not, they're not subtle. It's pretty fucking obvious what they want. It's pretty basic shit. And really deep down, all human beings are looking for basically the same thing in relationships and dating. They're looking for a decent, intimate partner. They're looking for a little bit of love and for that person to just be really nice to them and hopefully not judge them. Like, that's it. It's pretty fucking basic shit. Anything on top of that is a beautiful bonus. You know, some people want more than that, but like, that's the basic foundation core of what most people want. So go out there thinking, I'm going to offer that. I'm going to give that. And then you'll find that people want to give back to you because you're the one that went first. And anytime someone says no, just laugh it off. Move forward. You know, stay playful with this shit. This shit's allowed to be fun. And I promise if you just keep going, then success is inevitable. All of you are capable of building a beautiful dating life or sex life or romantic life or whatever you want. It's just that you've been getting a little bogged down in the no's and the rejections and the shit that doesn't matter. And like, really, that shit doesn't matter. Someone said no to you. Who gives a fuck? Like, put that person out of your mind. Like, have love for them, obviously, but then forget about them. Like, they don't exist to you anymore. And I don't mean that in like an unkind way, But just like, why are you thinking about someone that said no to you? Just have love in your heart for them. Be like, I'm grateful for you teaching me stoicism. Thank you for helping me be okay with the word no. Like literally, they are training you. Like you're in the gym putting in reps. Everyone that says no to you is putting in reps in your ability to hear the word no and be okay with it. So be goddamn grateful for that and then keep going. I promise success is inevitable if you just play the numbers game and improve yourself along the way. A little bit of self-improvement, a little bit of the numbers game, and I promise whatever goals you have, you're completely and utterly capable of. You can do it. If you want my help with this, obviously I have a big, beautiful, juicy, sexy coaching program where we would speed run all of these results for you and get you to build that beautiful mindset of optimism and resilience even when people say no to you. One of the things we do in the coaching program a lot is anytime someone's a little bit down or sad or frustrated by the word no or rejections or whatever, is we all sort of jump in there, crowd around that person, give them a big hug, and we go like, I promise it's okay that you're sad right now. I promise it's okay that you're bothered by this rejection, but everything's okay. They didn't reject you. They're teaching you stoicism. They're teaching you to connect with all of us and share your suffering with all of us so you can see that other people can help you. And we go through this whole process of like reframing it. And then at the end of that, every single time the person is like, holy shit, why do I feel good about the fact that this person said no to me? And it's like, because now you're able to recognize all of the gifts that you have been given, the beautiful things that have come from this. You can see the silver lining now. Now you realize your life is better because that person said no to you. And they go, holy shit. Oh my God, this makes me want to go out and talk to like 50 times as many people. Now I really want to play the numbers game because like I kind of want people to say no to me. I want them to say yes to me. I want them to say no to me. I love it when they say yes and I love it when they say no. And a quote from Byron Katie, one of my favorite people, is people come into my life and people go out of my life. I love it when they come and I love it when they go. If you can get to that point where you love it when people say yes and you love it when they say no, man, this is so much easier. And that is one of the biggest things that we do with people in the coaching program. Like imagine how much your life would be changed if you came to the coaching program and within the first couple of weeks, you got to a point where, and you will get to this point, guaranteed, where you're able to see every no as a beautiful gift that you've been given. Wouldn't your entire world change? Wouldn't your entire life change? And yeah, that's what we do with people. So I'll leave a link in the description to the coaching program. We have payment plans, so money doesn't have to be an issue. I'm very happy to jump on a free call with you and talk through any questions you might have, talk through your goals, talk through what it is that you would want out of coaching. And then if you don't want to go ahead with coaching, that's beautiful. I will take that no with a big smile on my face and be grateful for you. And if you say yes, I will take that yes with a big smile on my face and be grateful for you. I practice what I preach. So links in the description below to the coaching program. As always, ladies and gentlemen, go out there, crush those goals, and be grateful for every single person that says no to you. They are giving you something incredibly beautiful if you could just let yourself recognize that.